The Abia State Governorship election is what we have in focus here. And we wanted to talk about your aspiration and, what you think the hopes of APGA in, seeing as it is sort of, that is your state, as, it's been a PDP state. So I don't know. Talk to me about that. Is it right to, first of all, characterize Abia as a traditionally PDP state? And can you, as it were, break the mold, do you think?
Well, thank you so much. 24 years of democracy, Abia has remained in PDP. There have been concerted effort by some of our brothers who wanted to upstage PDP in the past, but they couldn't succeed. But there's what we call empire come, empire go.
That's right.
There's a time it will come, you can promise yourself to lead the states or lead the country for 1 million years. When God says enough is enough, it will become enough. So there will be nobody that will be standing against God's decision at this stage.
Indeed.
So far as Abia is concerned. So I was in PDP up to March 30th. All effort I did and all the money that I invested in PDP for 24 years was jettisoned. The agreement we reached that after the South, it will come to the North was jettisoned. Everything was jettisoned. And then I now have to go back to APGA. APGA represents one or many other things. If you Google all the newspapers in Nigeria and everywhere, I am the convener that does all Nigerian political summit. I am the one that organizes World Igbo Summit, 50-year visioning document for Igbo. I remain in Ohanese as a strategic person in Ohanese and Igbo. And I am the one that started in Abuja and in the whole country, putting my vehicles and my resources together to go to all the 36 states and preaching about president of Igbo extraction. So when it became obvious to return back to APGA, I returned back to APGA with my whole heart. And knowing that we neither belong about us, APC doesn't care about us, and any other party. And there's no coherence so far as the Igbos are concerned. But I believe that if we come together, all of us under one umbrella as in the Igbo, we will get a massive support to negotiate power in this country.
Okay, thank you. Now, we read in the press that when you had a meeting with your governor, I don't know how successful when you had sought the support, of Government House for your quest. The governor has reported to us said that, there are quite a number of excellently qualified people from all areas of Abia State, and that only one person at a time can be governor. I wonder how you read that response that was reported. First of all, if it is accurate, what you read into that.
Well, when I met with him, he's my governor, my friend, whom I have assisted privately and even before he became governor, to make sure he gets to that position. And above all, our former governor asked me to step down for him. And I stepped down on the day of the screening so that he can be. so that the zoning formula that operates in Abia can work effectively when it comes to 2023. So what I did was to now concentrate on my university and invested so much money in its first and second election. And so far as my state is concerned, it is not issue, it is a modest way of explaining that you can call anybody from Abia. None has any forwarding address in Abia. I have a forwarding address. I own a private university here. I have more than 400 young boys and girls from 17 local governments that are schooling in my school on full scholarship. Throughout the COVID, I took care of everybody in Abia State, word by word. I took care by supplying rice, COVID medicines, 3 ambulances to the state government to help fight COVID. Everything I've ever done, I want to see a comparison from anybody who has done it in my state. And just recently, a few months now, I have been running medical outreach in 17 local governments and surgery. So they are doing assessment today to commence over 700 persons with surgery in my state. None of them, nobody has that capacity to do it in my state.
Okay.
And I am not any other person than somebody that have served every head of state or president of Nigeria. And I've been a consultant to the federal government in many ministries. I'm a consultant to ECOWAS. I'm a consultant to the UN. I'm a consultant to ADB. I've been due diligence in all those places. So what I do is to keep on carrying myself and using God-given gift to make sure that others benefit from it. I have no other job. And I've told them, and when it comes to issue that has to do with family, God has given me the wonderful blessings. My children are professors of medicine in the US. So I live in the US and I'm here just to impact positive things. November last year, if you go to Channel, you can ask Channel or CNN. The Secretary of State of America, Tony Blinken, visited my innovation hub. The first innovation hub in Africa is owned by me in Abuja. The American Deputy Secretary of State, every country keep coming to whatever I do. And the same thing, I go to Central African Republic, I go to Congo Brazzaville to give my expertise in what I do. I'm a human capital development expert.
Okay, so because I was going to ask, Professor, I was going to ask what your focus is, because you're so accomplished. I had described you in introducing you as an industrialist and an educationist, but I see that, and you are professor of entrepreneurial studies, but I see that you seem to have a bias for medicine, but you just said entirely there that even some of your children in abroad are professors of medicine in their own right. Any particular, your discipline, your training is entrepreneurial studies. That's where your expertise is. But I can see from what you're saying that it's extending to other areas. So considering the, quite considerable investment in the university, in Gregory University, I was going to ask what your, what your, where your income comes from. Is it from consultancy?
I have a degree on healthcare management. I did my ACCA Part 2 before I started job.
Accountancy.
With the Israeli company.
Okay.
Yes, you'll be surprised. I worked with for IGIC. Alausa Secretariat was built by us. LSTV was built by us. NTA Channel 10, Gateway Hotel Lota, Etosu Market, it was built by us. The abattoir was built by us. Federal Secretary Gariki was built by me as the area manager. Where road safety is now, former foreign affairs, myself. Imo Airport, the same me. Abia State University, the same me. The teaching hospital in Abia, the same me. These experiences must come to bear in my state, Abia. Nobody has this pedigree. If there's this, I worked in this Gulf for 4 years as a marketing manager. The first non-engineer to assemble air conditioners, Barton air conditioners.
Dizengoff, that's an Israeli engineering firm, right?
I was the first black DGM. Yes, I was the first black DGM. I did the first fiber optic cable from VGC to Sakatinibu and hooked it into the MDF. That is the phone number that MTEX.